Alright, so what's up guys, my name is Maurice, or Aegis from Smashboard, that's right, or from the YouTube channel, because well, you're watching this on Aegis Designs right now. First of all guys, before we're going to start off this tutorial, I want to explain something. I'm Dutch, my English is not very good, so I hope you guys can bear with me on that. And I haven't made any tutorial or whatsoever, like, ever. So I hope you guys can bear with me as well for that. I'm going to do my best to try and explain it in the best possible way I can for you guys, so you guys can understand it and make your own splash cards, because that's what we're going to do today. So today we're going to make the Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U splash cards, splash screens, whatever you want to call them. I've made a lot of them already. You can see some on my Tumblr or on Smashboard, I mean. Or probably on the video right now. Anyway guys, so today I'm going to explain to you how to make such a splash screen. So I'm going to use Adobe Photoshop CC 2014. You can use Adobe Photoshop CS6 as well. And I believe you can use CS5 as well, but I'm not so sure about CS5. You should be able to do it with CS6 and above. Also, I am on a Mac, but you can do this on a Windows machine as well, so don't worry about that. Anyway, we're going to start off with File, New. And we are going to make our file size 1920 by 1080. You can also choose 1280 by 720, that is HD. 1920 by 1080 is Full HD. So also please bear in mind that, or keep in mind that the larger the files is going to be, the larger the file size is going to be, obviously. So if you have like a really big picture in good quality, you can go with 1920 by 1080. If you have a picture that is in good quality but may not be really large, you may go for 1280 by 720. Anyway guys, we're going to start off with 1920 by 1080 on a resolution of 72 pixels per inch. Our background content is going to be white, and I'm going to name this Super Smash Bros. Splash Screen. There we go. Alright guys, so now we have this this screen, and I'm going to use Shadow the Hedgehog for my splash card, because well, I really do like Shadow the Hedgehog. I like him a lot, so I found a really good picture of him on Google, which I'm going to use right now. So yeah, the picture you want to use, you can just like copy that on your desktop or whatever, or just like right click and then click copy and whatever. Just you can also paste it here with Control V or Command V, or you can just go just like I do and just press Command V. Yeah, it's as easy as that. Anyway, as you can see, the picture is really big, and I'm just going to resize that because I don't want Shadow to be that large on my screen. It's very cool, but it's a bit intimidating, you know. Anyway, I'm going to like find a cool spot for him. Also, this splash card you may see on this tutorial may not be the greatest. I'm not going to put that much work into it because, well, it's just a tutorial to explain to you guys how to make this. So anyway, I like this. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks fine. Maybe resize it a little bit, just like this. Just move it a little bit. Alright, there we go. I'm going to name this layer Shadow. I really like to keep my layers organized, so you'll see me doing that stuff every so often. Anyway, the next thing we are going to do is add the text, because, well, what would the splash card be without the text of the actual character? So just click the text tool right here, and we are going to type Shadow and make it a little bit bigger by just doing that. Or just type in how much points you want. I'm going with 250, I think. Well, actually, let's go with 300 and make the color black so we can see what's going on. Alright, so the font we're using right now is Arial Regular. The official font of Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo Wii U splash screens is DynaFont. I'll leave a link down to that in the description below. It is a paid font, and well, that's why I'm not going to use that, because I have not paid for that font, and I don't like to torrent a font which I've not paid for, because well, in the end someone put work into it, and I'm not going to torrent that. I may get it, but maybe not. Probably not, because well, what I found while experimenting with this is that there's a good font that does a great job, and it's actually on every single computer, or it should be, and that is Arial Black. And well, again, when I've been making these things, I've been finding Arial Black to be a really good font for this stuff, and that's why I'm going to use it. So yeah, however, I will modify some stuff, and also please make sure that you will type the name in capitals, just like I did right now. Alright, actually, you don't have to type it in capitals if you don't want to. I'm just going to leave it at this right now. Yeah, alright, sorry guys. Anyway, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to open the character menu, and you can open that by simply clicking on your text layer. Let me edit that again. Double click it to select it and go to this button right here. This will open the character menu, and in this character menu you will see different options. We are only going to bother with one of those, and that is this one. I just like to change this to 60. Just so the text is a little closer to each other. Basically, it's the tracking for the selected characters. Yeah. So I like this a lot, and I'm actually going to make it a little bit bigger, just like this. Alright, so here we go, shadow. So now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add the text effect. Now, first of all, just double click on this layer right here, on the text layer. And first we're going to select the stroke option and click that. Make sure your fill color is black and change the size to about 6 pixels. I want to say something with this. This is just like, play around with this please. This is just my opinion. Like, I'm going to change it to whatever I like. If you like want to make the stroke larger or smaller, then that's all up to you. If you want like to use a different color and everything, that's all up to you. I'm just going to change it and edit it to do so I like it. But again, just play around with this if you don't like what I'm doing. If you do like it, and well, just follow me. Anyway, we're going to click the gradient overlay button and double click on the gradients. Alright, so now we have a lot of different gradients we can use, and I'm just going to bother with this one. So just click on this one, it should already be selected. And I'm going to change the white to a slightly darker grey, slightly light grey actually. And go change the black to a slightly light grey. Something like that. Let's make it a little bit darker. Alright, I like that. We're going to go for that. So just press OK and then go to inner shadow. And inner shadow is the last text effect we're going to add to the text. Change the blend mode to normal and the fill to white. Opacity on 100% and uncheck use global lighting or use global light. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. And I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but right here you'll see the inner shadow being applied to the text. What we're going to do, we're going to change the let me actually see here. Are we going to change the distance? No, we're not going to change the distance. We are going to change the size to 0. That's right. And we're going to change the angle to 142. As you can see, the inner shadow matches up with the given angle. If you have your text on the right side of the character, you may want to change it to about -36. I have my text on the left side of my character, so I'm going to change it to -140, 138. That's fine. Alright, so I like to make this 6, and that's it guys. Now we're done. And before we're done, I just like to tell you guys that there's a really good, like a really cool option you can use to save your styles. You just click on new style. I'm going to name this Super Smash Bros text effect. Just press OK and it should pop up in your menu, in your styles menu right here. If you cannot see your styles menu, then go to Window, Styles, and it should pop up like this. I already have made a lot of other styles, And well, you can apply your text effects to them really easily, so that's just a cool trick. Anyway, just click on your style and well, now we're done with the shadow text effect. The next thing we are going to do is add a catchphrase. The catchphrase is going to be brings the chaos with an exclamation mark, because a lot of the splash screens do have exclamation marks. So I'm going to change that to 102. That's fine with me. Yeah, about this, that's fine. And I like to edit and like change some of the to make like some letters larger or smaller, because I found that they played around with the text a little bit on the official splash screens, and this kind of mimics it. So this is up to you. I just like to change the size of some of the letters a bit. If you do not want it, then don't worry, it's up to you. Play around with it and be my guest. So I'm going to make the exclamation mark a little bigger. Alright, so there we go. Shadow brings the chaos. That looks pretty cool. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go to our window menu and click styles, if you've not done that already. And then simply make sure your text layer is selected and press this press the just made styles. Yeah, style FX. I don't know what you want to call it, but anyway. Just click on the button, and as you can see, it applies the text effects to the text, which is really cool. So now we have shadow brings the chaos with the same text effect. What we're going to do, we're going to edit that a little bit, and well, just double click to open your layer style menu. If you cannot open your layer style menu by double clicking, you can always press the FX button and go to blending options. Now what we're going to do, we're going to uncheck the gradient overlay, and we're going for a color overlay. And this is all up to you, just to decide, yeah, just like play around with it and decide what kind of character or color, you want for him, or want this catchphrase to be. I think I'm going to go with a slightly darker red, something like this. Again, this is not the best splash card, but it should give you like an idea of how you can make these ones. So we're going to change the inner shadow as well. I'm going to put the distance on 4. And yeah, change the angle a little bit maybe. Alright, that's fine with me. Shadow brings the chaos. Just press OK. And of course you can save that text style if you want as well. Just click new style and just save it as, I don't know, catchphrase or something. I'm just going to call it shadow. So anyway, now we have our text shadow brings the chaos with our character. So the next thing we are going to do is uncheck all of them, or not uncheck all of them. I'm going to group the text layers together by selecting them, holding shift and clicking on the next one and clicking this button. This will group the text together, and actually if it does not, then just select both of them and drag them over to the group layer. And to change the name of your layer, you just double click on the text. So I'm going to name this text, and well, there we go, easy as that. So now we have our text, shadow and the background. So the next thing I'm going to change is the background, because I don't like this white background feel. And the background is something I've been kind of struggling on, but I've learned to like make it better and how to improve it. So I'm just going to try and make the best background I can do for now. But the background is really the part where you need to play around and just see if you are happy with it. So yeah, the background, like most of them, they took me a lot of time to like make them look good. So this may take more than 10 minutes, but we'll see how we'll go. How we'll do. Anyway, I'm going to click on my brush and make the brush a little larger. Let's do 316 points. And shadow has this like red color, so I'm going to go to my pipette tool or whatever it's called. I'm not actually sure. Eyedropper tool, there we go. And just select that and click on shadow. And now we have his color selected, the color from his head. I was about to say his hair, but that's not really his hair, I guess. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to double click the background layer, and then it should say new layer. I'm just going to call this background and press OK. And now we've made the background editable. So the next thing we're going to do is, I just like to get the fill option and, well, click, and there we go. Just make the background red. So now it looks really red, it looks really ugly in my opinion. If you like this, then that's fine. But I don't, so I'm going to change a few things here. So I'm going to go to my layer style menu, go to inner shadow, and this is like the part where you just have to follow me a little bit and see if you can figure it out. I'm going to change a few options here. And they're just like really playing around again. There's no like good background or bad background. It's all your personal preference, so don't worry. It's good. After all, like if you like it, then that's fine. I mean, after all, you made the splash card, so if you like it, then there's nothing bad with that. Or like, I don't know how to explain that anyway. Actually, I think I'm just go with this, just with the inner shadow only. I think that's fine. Anyway, so the next thing we are going to do is I'm actually going to go to my brush and choose a slightly lighter color red. I'm going to make the brush a little bigger by pressing the brackets tool or the bracket buttons on my keyboard. And make sure you have a new layer selected, and then just paint. That's actually a really hard brush. I don't want that. I'm just going to go with a soft brush, make it a little larger, and then just like paint the background a little bit. Just add some lighting to it. That's basically what I'm saying here. And just like choose different colors and paint away, I guess. I'm sorry guys, I'm horrible at tutorials. So yeah, I hope you guys have any. I hope you guys can. I hope I can help you guys with anything like this, or that at least you'll find it a little bit useful. Because I've never really done one of these, so I hope I'm doing a good job explaining to you guys how to make this stuff. And of course, you can use different brush layers if you want to. If you want to like edit the blend mode a little bit. But it's all up to you. Actually going for a little darker color. Slightly darker. Let's see. And well, again, this is not going to be the best splash card ever or something, or it's not going to become even close to what I actually do, because I actually put a lot of time in the background. But I just want to show you guys that with brushes and all those other lighting effects, you can make some, you can make a cool background for yourself. So then let's just add a little bit more. Just go with a new layer. I'm going to put the blend mode on soft light. Does it something? Well, it kind of does. Ooh, I like that color. Well, you know what? Alright, it's really not good or anything, but I'll go with this just to don't make the tutorial as long and as boring for you guys to watch. So let me make this a little darker though. I'm sorry guys, but oh well, you know what? We're just going with this. Alright, so if you have different brush layers, you can select them by clicking the top one and the bottom one, holding shift, and then just press Command E or Control G if you're on the Windows. Actually, let's just group them, that's a little better, that's a better thing. Just select them and press Control G or Command G. I'm going to name these brushes, well, not like brushes, light background, light, I guess. Just going with that. Let's see if I can make it look a little better. You know what? We'll go with this. Anyway, I actually find the red color to not be that fitting, so just going to change that a little bit. Let's go with a, I don't know, let's go with a slightly red, or not red, yellow orange color. Alright, so here we have a shadow brings to chaos with the background. I'm not really happy with it, but let's see. I actually kind of like that. That does not look too bad, but yeah, I'm actually going to keep it 1. So what I just did, I selected the background light, press Command T, and then simply rotated it. Maybe stretch it a little. I'm really not a fan of stretch, and I really don't recommend it, but maybe. Well, we'll go with this. I'm not going to bother with this anymore. So shadow brings to chaos, and now what we're going to do is add the brushes, because the brushes are a really important tool, or yeah, they're really important to the splash screen overall. So what we're going to do, I actually downloaded some brushes from internet. I believe they are from Brushy. They are called the Sumi or Sami brush strokes. I will leave a link to all the resources I use in the description down below. So go and use that for yourself. And you can download it and then use it for yourself. So anyway, let me actually find the right brushes. There they are. So I recommend you download these brushes before continuing this video, if you're actually following what I do. So I'm going to make this a little smaller, and I just like to keep my brushes on the black fill, so I'll go with this. Maybe add some other brushes as well, just to give it some more effect. Alright, shadow, and now for the other one, brings to chaos. Also make sure these are on separate layers. I almost forgot to do that, so click the new layer button and make sure your other brush for the catchphrase is on a separate layer. I'll explain to you later why, or you'll notice soon enough if you don't. So. Alright, shadow brings the chaos, that's fine with me. I actually let's just make these a group. Brush. Make sure shadow is above the brush, the layer. So I actually like to make both of these a little bigger, now that I think about it. So I'm just going to select both of them holding shift, and then press Command T and then resize them holding shift as well. Alright, shadow brings to chaos. So next thing what we are going to do, is group or like merge these two. Actually no, we're not going to merge these two together. We're going to select both of them and we're going to edit, transform, distort. And now what we're going to do, we're going to grab the top left handle, holding shift. I'm going to change this to about 6.8. And I'm going to do the same for the text. However, for the text, I'm going to click the text layer and right click on it, and it should say convert to smart object. So we'll do that for both of them. This way you can edit your text later if you want, which is really cool. So now that we've done that, we're also going to do transform, distort. Actually, just begin with the name. Transform, distort, and go with something like that, I guess. Also, you can hide your layers by pressing the I button. I'm going to do the same thing for this one, like this or something. Let's see. Actually, no, I'm not really happy with that. Not the skew option. You can also go for skew or perspective if you even want, but I'm just going to keep it on distort for now. Alright, I'll go with this. I rotated it a little bit by pressing Command T or Control G, or Control T, I mean, and then rotate it. So, alright, shadow breaks the chaos. So now we're getting somewhere. This already looks like a, well, apart from the background, I think it matches the splash screen or the splash cards very well. I'm not going to lie, I think it does. But so now what we're going to do, make sure again that you have your second brush for the second text on a separate layer, because we're going to drag that down a little bit and resize that a little bit as well. Again, pressing Command T or Control T. And we're going to do the same thing for the shadow text. And now we're getting somewhere, I think. So, going to change the height of the shadow text a little bit. Alright, shadow brings the chaos. That looks pretty good, I think. Now what we're going to do, we're going to copy the text layer by selecting the text layer and pressing Command G or Control G if you are Command J or Control J if you're on a Windows machine. But you can also just right click and just select duplicate group. I mean, I'm sorry guys, I can't even English, but oh well. Yeah, I'm just going to call this text. Copy, yeah, sure, why not. And we're going to drag that below our text layer. And now what we are going to do, you need to use your arrow keys for this, or at least I find the arrow keys to be really useful for this. We're going to unselect the brush layer, or uncheck the layer visibility for that. And now we're going to do, make sure you have your down and left arrow key selected, and just do what I do, just move the layer down with your arrow keys a little bit, so you get this like black text outline, stroke feel, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so there we go. Shadow brings the chaos, and now we can select the brush again. And well, as you can see, it really did add some depth to the text. So anyway, now what we are going to do is we are going to group these as well. Just select them, press Command G or Control G, and name them text. And I actually find shadow to be, it needs to be like a little larger, I guess. Something like that. So we're going to select both the text and the brush layer. We're going to move that down a little bit just so it does not overlap his eye, or at least his right eye. So well, there we go. Shadow brings the chaos, and this already does match a splash screen a little bit. Now what we are going to do is going to add the shadows, because well, what we're going to do, how ironic. We're going to add the shadows to shadow. We're going to duplicate this layer by pressing Command G or Control G and move that below the other one. And then just with your right arrow key, just move that, or just by clicking, just move it to the right a little bit. And now by just double clicking and selecting color overlay, go to the color overlay, make the fill color black, and set the opacity to about 47%. Yeah, I think that's fine. Also go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and give it a Gaussian blur of about 2.7. Alright, we're going to do the same thing for the text and the brushes. So what we're going to do, I'm going to press, I'm going to select the brushes and duplicate those as well. Go to below the other layer, and simply by clicking and moving to the bottom, let's just change the opacity to about 46% as well. And because the brushes are already black, you don't have to add a fill to it. So that's a cool thing. And well, there we go. Shadow brings the chaos. And again, this is all just playing around, guys, so don't worry about it too much. You can add a Gaussian blur to this as well, but I normally don't. Not for the text at least. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to group them all together. And make sure they are in this order. So first the text, then shadow, then the brushes, and then the background lines, and then the background. Now, well, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the Sonic emblem. I've got it from some topic on Smashboards. I will leave a link down to that in the description below. The guy who made it is really cool. He made a lot of, I think he actually did all of them. All the series emblems for the characters who appear in Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. And he even made a Smash Ball, which is really cool. And you can just download that and import it to Photoshop. So I'm going to use a Sonic one. I'm going to resize that a little bit. Something like that. Alright. Just to say that he's actually from the Sonic series. Going to change the or just going to change the blend mode to soft light. Yeah, that looks cool. Maybe resize it a little bit. And also, just this is all up to you whether you want the logo to be. If you have a character who does not have a logo, then you can just skip this step. So don't worry about that. Alright, so the next thing we are going to do, which will be the final thing before I'm actually going to change the background because I just don't like it. I will speed it up, so don't worry. Is we're going to add the green blue light or something. I just like to call it the green blue light. It's kind of like a how do you call that? Yeah, it's like a flare or of some sort. But anyway, just go to your brush, just go to your brushes. Select a soft brush about this size, maybe even make it a little smaller. And change the color to something you like, which is about like green bluish. I like this one, so I'll go with this. But to make it a little bigger, make sure you are on a neo layer. And then simply click and you'll have your flare. But now it does not look good when I place it on the text. I'm just going to change the blend mode to screen, and now it suddenly looks a whole lot better. I'm just going to post it, or just going to put it right here. Yeah, I think that's it, I guess. Maybe you can modify the characters a little bit as well, just doing that, I guess. Well, actually I'm not going to do that because Shadow's perfect anyway. Anyway guys, so that is the tutorial for how to make your own splash screen. I'm sorry, this has been going on for way too long. I'm really sorry guys, however I've never made a tutorial and well, this looks horrible, but the things I've made are much better than this. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to speed up me remaking the background and yeah. So anyway guys, you will find all the links and info in the description below. And well, I want to thank a lot of people from Smashboard for helping me out with this as well. Because well, thanks to them I've improved a lot as well. And you can go check out my Tumblr, I'll leave a link down to that in the description. You can follow me if you want as well. I'll often post new Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo Wii U splash screens. So anyway guys, this is the tutorial. If you have any questions then please leave them in the comment section down below or on smashboard.com. And well, anyway guys, thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you found this useful. And again, I'm sorry for this long freaking tutorial. See ya guys. Bye.